It's time to rethink claims training. The world of claims is becoming more and more complex, and we can no longer rely on claims training that's generic. As insurers and reinsurers, we really need to make sure that we continue to invest in training our claims assessors. But I guess the question is why? Why is it so important? So the reason is their job's really tricky. Not only do they need to handle claims promptly and also efficiently, but they also need to support their customers. They need to manage their company's risk. They also need to stay across changing regulatory landscape, evolving policy definitions, as well as developments in diagnostic medicine and also medical treatment. With all of these diverse challenges in mind, it's not surprising that there is no one-size-fits-all approach to claims training. So how important is customization to preparing claims assessors to face some of these challenges of their role? Well, traditionally, claims training has been somewhat generic. It's often not tailored to the specific types of claims that an assessor manages. And it then becomes up to the claims assessor to take information that's disseminated during training and then manipulate this to fit the types of claims that they manage and the types of challenges that they face during case management. So if we take heart attack, for example, these claims can often become quite complex. However, the reasons for this complexity are vastly different. If you're managing a disability income claim for an insured person who suffered a heart attack, and your claim strategy is to support that person through their rehabilitation and a graduated return to work, versus if you're managing a critical illness claim and you're attempting to obtain and analyze diagnostic information such as ECG reports and cardiac blood test results to determine the size and the severity of their heart attack. What makes RGA's approach to claims training with Pathfinder different? Well, the approach that we've taken with Pathfinder is different in that it provides the ability to customize the learning pathway by allowing participants to build their own learning experience. So what does this mean? It means they can immerse themselves in the topic, and then from there they can start to tailor their learning journey by selecting modules that are most relevant to the types of claims that they manage. And we've covered disability income or income protection, total and permanent disablement, critical illness, and also health products. When all of us are learning, we can actually only take in a certain volume of information before we become unable to process it and apply it. Plus, it can become a bit dull, making it difficult to stay engaged with the content. But when information is presented with a clear consideration of different learning styles, this helps lighten that cognitive load. In simple terms, we don't have to work so hard to process the material. Rather than simply reading, we are actively participating with the content. And when this happens, we truly engage and absorb the information. So visual learners use images to help them process information. Auditory learners need to hear the information rather than simply read it. And kinesthetic learners learn best when they can actually perform an activity that helps them understand the theory. So all of us will have a preferred learning style, but most of us will have at least some of these elements, each visual, auditory, and kinesthetic. So the modules in Pathfinder include sound bites. These are short audio clips created by RGA experts and external medical specialists that offer additional content or explanations about some of the terms or the statements that we've used within the training material. Some of the modules also link directly into podcasts or related articles, as well as supporting guidance materials that can be downloaded for use outside Pathfinder. And that's really important because claims assessors need to be able to refer back to this useful information during case management when they're actually working through claims. The modules also contain colourful and engaging imagery, as well as interactive exercises that help participants absorb this new information in a much more stimulating way. Real-life analysis of this information via case study is really important. So we've actually split Pathfinder into 3 different module types. Learners start with speak the language. Here they can immerse themselves and learn about the topic in depth. And then the next step is the apply the facts module. This is where learners will start to choose the modules that focus on the types of claims that they manage. In the apply the facts modules, the content is more targeted at actual claims considerations and challenges. And then once the learner has completed the speak the language module and the apply the facts modules, they can then move on to solve the case. And this is where they have the opportunity to put their learning into practice through a case study. So no matter what the learning style or the preference, this is an extremely important step in the learning process. This step places the learner in the position of problem solver. In this module, learners examine supporting claims documents and medical reports, and they get to practically apply their learned knowledge and skills to arrive at a claims decision. We are growing Pathfinder in 2022 with the addition of new courses dealing specifically with mortality products and with death claims. So important to know that the program is free to all RGA clients. All you need to do is log into the RGA Global Claims Manual and navigate to the training menu. Not only will the program help you grow your claims assessment skills and address your development needs, but it's practical. It looks to address specific claims management challenges that we all experience. And the content is interesting, it's engaging, and it's fun. So if you're interested in taking part in Pathfinder, contact your local RGA representative and they can help you register for the Global Claims Manual.